There's a war going on, the books can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam, it's time. The morning steam, it's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, and good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Thursday, May 22nd. We've got NBA and NHL conference finals action here on Thursday. Plus, we've got Major League Baseball, including a short afternoon card, as well as we get ready for our sports betting weekend here. And how about last night's action? We'll recap it here and see what you guys thought, and some wild turns of events in the games last night. Thank you for joining me here on the show. We have a reasonable show here today with our baseball card, just a modest little 8-game card, 9-game card today, and a couple in the WNBA as well. So thank you for joining me here on the show. Say hello to a few folks and recap some of the action from last night. Robert McCormick is, wait a minute, I just saw Robert teeing off over here a minute ago, but guess he's double timing here with his round at the Charles Schwab event, just underway here over the last hour or so in the golf, and we got tennis action going on as well. There's also some UFC action going on, road to the UFC right now here on Fight Pass. If you guys are checking that out today as well. And Sports Money is here, ready to go. Checking up, making sure I got on the air, making it to work on time. Cash Kane's here today. Oldie here. Good morning. As well, Joe W. Coming in here. And I think Sports Money has got some action here for you right now in IIHF action here today. Getting ready here with our action here in finally the quarterfinals today, coming up. And says take USA there. Thank you, Sports Money, for that. We got ready here with the action at the quarterfinals. Also, let's see who else. That might be it for now. Maybe we'll get into some of the action here. All right, I guess that's it from everyone in the chat. Got a few regulars in there. How about the action from last night? Man, how about it in the NBA? Well, what a turn of events last night. One of the biggest choke jobs in NBA history. There's no way to get around it. Not when you're talking about how it never happened and so many games. What was it, 994 straight times? The team's never lost a game when leading by 14 points with whatever it was. 53 seconds left, or I say 50. We're talking about the finish there, but a 14-point lead with 2:51 left there. Pacers come back to beat the Knicks 138-135. What were the Knicks doing playing into the Pacers game? Look, you guys had it right talking about, I don't know if I saw it this way. I don't think the Pacers did it right, or actually in the end. I mean, it was the Knicks that kind of obviously blew it, choked it, whatever, yesterday. But to me, it shouldn't have been a high-scoring game like it was if the Knicks were going to be able to want to try this game. Now, granted, maybe they thought they could, and they did. I mean, they ran the Pacers practically out of the building early on, getting that lead going and everything, but they probably shouldn't be going about their business that way. And I think it came back to haunt them there. It does feel like, actually, uh, the Pacers were much the best team for the most part, not just talking about the end result, but look, the Pacers, if they wanted to go fast, they got the Knicks to play right into their hands. Now, it worked out fine for the Knicks in the beginning. So you can't sit here and be woulda, coulda, shoulda uh, on their behalf in that game. But I believe the Knicks would have been far better off to try to make sure they weren't engaging in Indiana's tactics for a high scoring game. I thought in the end it played perfectly into the Pacers' hands, and I would think the Pacers are look like the better team. It's easy to say now with the way they came back and won the game. Indiana's starters were plus 31, their subs were minus 16. So that shows right there, I think, to me, that the Knicks should try to be far more deliberate in this series. Now, I'm not bitter because I called for an under in the game. We did obviously have the winner with the Indiana Pacers. However you look at it, even if I'm not saying it wasn't deserving, because I think it was in the end. In fact, if the Knicks want to go fast like that, the Pacers might blow them out next game. Quite frankly, maybe it just took a while for the Pacers to get warmed up. Halliburton had 30 points, Nesmith 30 points in the game, Brunson 43 points for the Knicks. But in the end, not saying it was a total blowout. Of course, it wasn't with a 3-point win for the Pacers. But I guarantee you, if the Knicks try that again, they're going to lose the game outright and big time at home. So you guys tell me the way you saw it there. Yes, certainly can point to it being a major choke job. No one had ever kind of come back from, like I said, that type of deficit. So, did see also SGA get named MVP here. Another basically non-American winning the MVP award. That's the seventh straight year a non-American has won the MVP, with SGA getting the award there. The last American to win was James Harden 7 years ago. So great job for SGA. I think they're going to have a awards presentation before tonight's game there, so that should be pretty great and deserving there. A lot of people say that SGA's overall body of work would be one of the worst MVPs. Statistically, I thought they were kind of saying, maybe I was just paying too much attention to the critics, but still, he'll get his award tonight. So, anyways, we had the winner with the Pacers, however they got it done there last night. The Pacers get it done. So, all right, did you guys have the winner in that one last night? Like I said, I thought under because I thought that the Knicks should not try to get into that type of game with the Pacers. It worked out in the beginning, so I can't sit here and say, bad job, bad coaching. In fact, if anything, it did look like for a while there, and maybe it was more in the way that the Pacers played, but I was like, man, did Tibbs really come out here? Am I seeing this correctly? Did he really outcoach Carlisle here? In the end, no. And if they kept playing the game, if you will, or restarted the game or played immediately right now, I think the Pacers are going to blow them out, quite frankly, in this next game. So everyone kind of was saying on the talking heads, right? High-scoring game Pacers, low-scoring game Knicks. Well, that's the way it went down. But I think the Knicks need a low-scoring game there, even though I was calling for the Pacers to cover in that game. And hey, a high-scoring game for them it was. All right. How about the action in the National Hockey League last night? talk about turn of events. It looked like the Edmonton Oilers were ready to basically put a seal on the series in game one and saying, you guys are not in the same class as us with that 3-1 lead. And it didn't necessarily to me look like the Dallas Stars were in any position to turn it around. But they did just that, and did they ever? With the victory there. 6-3, the Stars, 5 goals in the third period, 3 straight power plays. I get that. That certainly was a major issue, a major factor in the game. So we'll dial it back a little bit. There in game one, we did have the Dallas Stars as our sports money premium pick in that game. So Dallas wins, goes up 1-0 in the series. We did call for the under here on the show. That was not going to happen there once that barrage came in there with the Stars getting the win, the stunning win there yesterday over the Edmonton Oilers. Oilers ended up looking stunned, basically, there following that game. So, you guys have that one there in the chat? We say hello to a few more folks. By the way, NHL ratings are down drastically. I think maybe the TNT, the switch over the last seasons to TNT. I'm not sure. Canadian TV is up in the series now. Granted, there's been in the playoffs. Granted, we did have great representation, from Toronto, obviously with these Oilers as well, Winnipeg. So Canadian viewership is up nearly 45%. Viewership in the U.S., ESPN down 28%, TNT down 19% over the first 2 rounds, and maybe no resolution there or no indication that they'll increase despite maybe these exciting matchups. So a bit of bummer there for our viewership in the NHL playoffs. All right, let's see who else is in the house here today with Stop Geo here today. Nuke is here. Hey everyone, like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money here on YouTube. And Sports Money coming off a huge day. He says there yesterday he had the Yankees. A lot of plus money numbers here. He says. Maybe I missed the show here. Andrew's here today. I'm here today. Jerry Jones, hello. And he says my Padres are terrible right now. 14-0 loss. Also share the news of the passing, of course, of Jim Irsay there of the Colts. Maybe he was a troubled man, but he was beloved by his employees there with the Colts. And we saw he hadn't been doing too well. Had to make some recent appearances in a wheelchair. All right, Cash Kane said, take the Pacers yesterday. Good job. And Terrell says, I think they're just doing. I think they are. NBA does the in the stadiums if they can in the there. And Andrew says that was a crusher yesterday to get those power play goals there. And that might be it for that. Okay, let's talk a little baseball action from yesterday and recap some of the games here. We had a pretty okay day for sure in the major leagues, including our early play here on the show with the Pittsburgh Pirates getting it done over the Cincinnati Reds there yesterday. Hey, we're going to pass along any steam that comes along here also with our college baseball getting underway today. We're already underway, actually, in a couple of games in college baseball. So we'll keep you posted if there's any early steam, because we got some more games coming up. But in the major leagues also, we had winner over there with the under. The by High Roller Premiums over there at Tony's Picks with the Cincinnati-Pittsburgh game. Also, we had the under with the Cubs and the Marlins here yesterday. Kyle Tucker, that home run and 3 hits there for the Cubs in that game, but they could only, I believe, win it there by 1. Also, a winner here on the show with Seattle over the White Sox. J-Rod, 3-run home run in that one. The Mariners are 8 games over 500. Winner with Cleveland and Minnesota game to go under yesterday with Williams and Paddock. They're in the originally scheduled game. Cleveland, by the way, did lose the first game. Twins beat Cleveland in game 1, I think, was it, or was it game 2, the suspended game anyway? I know Jose Ramirez had a big day. Minnesota's won 14 of 16 games overall right now with that hot streak that they were on. The original scheduled game was 5-1 in favor of Cleveland there as the Twins ended up losing game 2 behind Ramirez for Cleveland. Cody Clemens had the big hit in the suspended game. Also, we had a winner here yesterday with Kansas City on the run line against the Giants. Sally, a 2-run home run in that one. And we also had a sports money premium pick here on the over in that game with Kansas City. Want to right now, maybe bring it to your attention here. Your attention, please. Right now, we are seeing movement. Steam is rolling in here on the total in the game between Minnesota and Oklahoma City. Boy, what an irony here that we're on the air doing our show, talking about line moves and the day's sports. And I think it is clear that this total has just moved to 215.5. From 214.5 or so, a full point move right now, no doubt, across the board here with Minnesota and OKC action tonight in the Western Conference Finals. We'll talk about it in just a moment, but there is a steam coming in. Look, Bet Online 216 right now. Steam to the over with Minnesota and OKC. I guess this is what bookmakers, what bettors are doing right now is this one's moving higher here with Minnesota and OKC, I guess, off of what we saw previously. So there you go. That's what we do here on the Morning Steam Show. Anyway, covering still a little more Major League Baseball, but that total is on the move right now for sure. All right. Few more here from yesterday. Mets and Boston with a high roller winner on the total yesterday in that big game. Beatty, 3 RBIs for the Mets. And Juan Soto definitely in a slump there, but the Mets were able to get the win. Soto just 3 for 20, flew out to the warning track, I think, with the bases loaded, but still, Mets were able to get that win yesterday over Boston in convincing fashion, 5-1 there. Also, we had a sports money premium pick winner with the Yankees yesterday over Texas. It was hard to go against DeGrom for a lot of people. We went with the Yankees. So yesterday they beat Texas with that big home run by Jason Dominguez. Their belly also another home run. We had the under as our winner here there on the show yesterday in that one. Also, we had the winner, the Padres and Blue Jays game to go over 14-0. You called it. Padres big time slump here right now. The Blue Jays pounded the Padres in that one with 14-0 win, 5th loss in a row for the Padres, and they're just 13-17 in their last 30 games. Padres bullpen destroyed again with another 10-run outburst by the opponent. Not to mention they had 4 errors. Varsho, grand slam in that one. Luke's also a home run there, and Gausman was strong. 7 innings, no runs, 9 strikeouts. So Padres 0 for 32 with runners in scoring position during this slump, if you will. Phillies over the Rockies there again. Easy money. I mean, look, you could be as square as you want, get on the air here and say, hey, just take the Phillies to roll. But Well, they're just beating up on this Rockies team right now. Turner and Harper home runs in that one. It was the Angels and Oakland. We had the Angels here on the show. It said take them on the run line. They didn't need it. Angels over the A's yesterday, and a strong performance. The Angels remain red hot here right now with that win for the Angels. 6 straight wins right now as they pull off the win, and everybody loves So Hoppy with that 2-run home run. Neto 2-run home run as well. We did have a premium pick winner here, Sports Money Premium Angels and Athletics game to go over yesterday. Another over in Oakland. We just keep doing it. Don't Not going to apologize. Also, Dodgers for the win last night. We did have it over there. Tony's picks for another winner over there. Kept rolling these baseball winners there. Dodgers win that one there over the Diamondbacks late last night, 3-1. And we did have the under here on the show yesterday. All right. WNBA, am I supposed to be an expert? Because I don't feel like it right now with Dallas. Yes, we did have them to cover the spread there against Minnesota on a another show that I was on, but I think we had them here yesterday, right? That was our call yesterday. Dallas plus those points against Minnesota, but other games yesterday, LA and Phoenix. Here we did have Phoenix, our premium pick, sports money premium, but they could not cover that increased spread yesterday when we were on the show. The line was indeed 2.5. We gave it out, said take Phoenix. They did cover that spread, but I got to be fair. Right after we got off the air, that spread was already rising up there yesterday. Oh no, we laid a bigger number here on the show for sure, and did not get that cover. So big run on the spread, and the Sparks ended up getting the money there yesterday. Also, last night, it was the Golden State Valkyries over the Washington Mystics. Good job by Golden State. Maybe shows they put that first game behind them. Maybe Washington was overrated there after those first games. Golden State with the win over Washington. All right, that's going to do it for the recap. Let's say hello to everyone. Should be in here now, and I think we can get started with the previews today. And we want to get started here and get rolling with those previews. And let's see who else we have joining us here right now. Fernando, he was in it there with the wins. And Jerry Davis fell asleep, apparently. Twisted says the Padres aren't doing anything. And I think that is it. A little bit in the chat. Grandpa Ernie is here today also. All right. Let's get started with our previews here today right now and get into the action with the Timberwolves taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder in game number 2, with Oklahoma City leading 1-0. You have Oklahoma City here, 7.5-point favorite, 7.5 for sure. And look at that total on the move, as we said. I'm also seeing 216.5 right now. So we're seeing at least a 2-point move here this morning within just the last couple of minutes here, and 7.5 for the most part right now for the Oklahoma City Thunder in this one. So let's see how you guys want to play it here today with OKC taking on the Timberwolves. We'll get the spread right here and get it on the screen. There we go. And see how you guys going to play it here tonight with the Thunder. Another big favorite here for sure over Minnesota in this one. And look, I said that maybe, just maybe, that game 1 would be the highest total of the series, and it would continue to go down once people got wind of the way that this Oklahoma City Thunder team and defense can maybe dissect the Minnesota Timberwolves here in this one. But, well, that's not the way folks are seeing it here. So I must be wrong, or I must be in the minority right now here, because this total continues to go higher here right now. And look, after we saw, uh, in the uh, game one of the series. I mean, look, after their blowout win in game seven, the Thunder dominated the first game, right? Particularly in the second half when they outscored the Timberwolves 70-40. Here, held them to 40 points. SGA, the MVP, 20 points in the second half in that one, and the Thunder had that 10-0 run. They're totally outclassing Minnesota here right now, and to me, Minnesota is totally up against it. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure they can get it back a little bit at home. Maybe they can come out here and stun them tonight, but uh, look, even the Thunder bench. I mean, some of the names that aren't even a big part of the team as far as the mainstream media, if you will. But remember when Kenrick Williams, he came off the bench and hit those big 3-pointers in the game. Everybody was getting involved, and Minnesota was not doing anything, especially offensively. The final score, of course, in the game, 114-88. That's 202 points. And now we're betting it up again like it's going to be a track meet here with this Thunder defense right now. Seemingly have totally figured out the Timberwolves. Julius Randle, look, remember, I lost my prop in the first quarter because it was too much Randall too early. And, that's not the way that the Thunder needed to do it. Now, granted, there were some other factors there early, but when he only had 8 points in the second half, seemingly the Thunder had figured it out. So, look, I'm going to take advantage of this situation. I mean, this should be an under, and look, I flubbed up yesterday's game trying to go under here, but man, now you're up to 216.5 here. They're going the wrong way, in my opinion. So I'm on the under in this game for sure. Let me go to the chat at least. Let me try to calm myself down here and try to see what you guys think. I'm sure there'll be still plenty of support for the over here because you got a Thunder team that looks like they could run this team out of the building, but Minnesota's going to have to step it up, or they're going to be sitting there with a double snowman again. Let's go to the chat. Minnesota's overmatched in this series, big time. I see no solution in this game. All right, let's go to the chat. All right. Jerry said, Ron said, take those Valkyries, and they got it done. He was right. Timberwolves for Cash Cane. He says they're totally still in this series right now. They can compete with this Thunder team, and they'll make it last here, what they did in the first half. Here's Jerry, Thunder and under there. All right. So give me what you guys have in this one. The Thunder are just 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 games. That's what we talked about last time, right? With Minnesota. Look, I was on Minnesota in the first game. I said that the Thunder were not in a good position in this. But now that I've seen it in action, I'm convinced. And look, I mean, it's easy to just react to one game and easy blowout there in the second half. But unless they change their business, I don't see it going any other way. All right, here we go. We got a little bit of college baseball steam, I believe. Let me see. I don't know if we do actually. Coming in here. Oh no. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Florida International is taking some steam here right now in their game against Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky is a big favorite in this game, but they're taking Florida International here at plus $2 or more in their matchup against Western Kentucky. So that's the way it is in college baseball. Here it is, a 225 dog taking the steam right now. Florida International. That one goes off at 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 a.m. here on the West Coast. Robert likes the Timberwolves in the first half. Terrell says Ant needs to go out of distributor mode, right? You've got to be more Jordan-esque here and not Craig Hodges there or uh, there in that one. Okay. Not many, again, like I said, we don't get a lot of picks in the big games. I know everybody's, you don't want to look bad in the big games. Hey, I don't either. And I had Minnesota last game. I'm not flip-flopping to the Thunder because of the fact that the Timberwolves obviously got blown out there in the second half. So the Oklahoma City, look, they're still 13-3 in their last 16 games. Minnesota 6-3 against the spread in their last 9, and 16-4 straight up in the last 20. So Robert doesn't mind looking bad, right? And just neither do I. But uh, interesting to see. We're not kind of on the same mode there in this one because from what I could see, there, like maybe Minnesota will have an epiphany here and figure this out. I don't know what they can do. I don't know how to figure it out. I guess I'm not a professional basketball coach, so that'll be on them to figure it out. But I see it in the same fashion, maybe not the same progression or the same way to get to this result, but I've got Oklahoma City probably here in a blowout, but I'm going to take the under as my featured play here in the game tonight. 10 of the last 15 meetings between these two teams have gone under, and OKC's gone under in 4 of their last 6 games overall. But I just had to look here at the way that went down in that last game as Randall struggled there. It felt like once they figured things out, then it was all Thunder. And why wouldn't it continue again? SGA had 9 assists in the game. And remember what I said also about Williams and the factor that he would play. I said that Williams would actually be the key player in the series here. And, well, I know SGA had a big enough game that he would have to be considered like a quote-unquote MVP of the Western Conference Finals. I mean, we're just in one game here, so I'm not going to jump to conclusions. But we did say Williams would be the big factor. He had 19 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and 5 steals in the game there for Oklahoma City. SGA, I mean, no doubt, 31 with his 31 points. Was the man. So, okay, let's see here. Terrell says it is smooth sailing. Fernando says thunder rolls again. So I'm on the under though here, big time. I think it's going the wrong way, and I think that let's see here, Tariq. Nice to have you in the chat as well. I guess that's it for the basketball previews. Not a lot of predictions from the chat all stars here. I'll do the predicting here in this one. I've got the under again here in this one with Minnesota and OKC. I was the one calling for. I was in the minority in the first game, right, saying big time under, and everyone was kind of going over in the game. I think all the figure the media prognosticators were all going over as well. I don't see it that way at all. I've got this as a total defensive series. Minnesota totally needs to get down defensively here tonight to even be able to have a chance not only to win but even cover this spread the way I feel. Here, Minnesota hard pressed to get to 100 in the game, just like last game. It feels like maybe not the teetering between big first half, big second half. We'll see how it works out. All right, Nuke likes the Thunder in this one, and Tariq says to Minnesota team total under. I might be taking a stand here, say look at me, but
final.
That's just the way I got to see this one. All right. And let's see here. I think Mike's talking about some PGA action there. Oh, Mike's got it on his 65-inch screen. Is that what he's got? I'm on the 65-inch, and PGA's on the other. I have to look over here for my PGA right now. I see Tommy Fleetwood teeing off. And hey, look, we're still early in the tournament. You can still check out the video with Mike and Jeff, like I was doing last night, getting my picks ready. And you can still get involved in my plays too by going over to winnable.com/Ramon. You can check me out over there with my picks for the golf here today. I did put 7 golfers in a 135-man field. And, well, you know what? I know that this week was it's a find a way to beat Scotty week, but when you got Scotty here, what is he finished the second, third, and second in this tournament, or what is it, 2/3 in this, whatever it is? He's been not only coming off the big win at the PGA, but he's often dominated this, or not dominated. He hasn't really won it, but he always is in contention here at this tournament. So we'll see if he can get it going here. Right now, we're just through the first. We're not even through a few holes. So anyone who wants to get involved in the golf tournament can still get reasonably the same prices as when the tournament started. For the most part, a few guys are going a little bit low here right now, including Emiliano Grillo at 2 under right now, and Hisasune 2 under, Bobby Mack 2 under as well. Patrick Rogers is there. Badia is up there as well, and Fleetwood. So they're just underway. You get my picks over at winnable.com/Ramon for the tournament. My favorite 7 golfers here this week, and we saw Mike and Jeff as well. I'll say this. Let me see. I think we have how about golfers that I know that Mike or Jeff were on that I was on here a little bit. I heard, I know they were on a few different props and everything, or different, but I think we all agreed, or at least I was on with Mike or Jeff. I know I agreed with Mike on Mitchell maybe to come out here with a good round. Mav McNeely, I was on there with Jeff there a little bit, and I was also with Jeff a little bit on Smalley, and I was with Mike on Aaron Ray there. So those are the ones that I kind of agreed with the boys on this week at the Charles Schwab. All right, let's go to the NHL here right now. And let's see here. Terrell says go under with Gobert. This is not a great series for Gobert. Those 2 tall towers are kind of able to match up. Now, it might be where Gobert has a situation where he's up against maybe a journeyman center or an underqualified big man from the other team, but these 2 guys really making him a non-factor, and I think that's part of a big factor in this tournament, right? Jerry says he's kind of tailing me here, and look, if you're going to try to beat Scotty this week, right? That's, I guess, the goal. But man, the numbers here for Scotty at this tournament, he loves to play it here, doesn't he? All right, let's go to the NHL right now, and the Panthers are taking on the Hurricanes. Here, the Hurricanes favored $1.30 over the Panthers, total 5.5 after Florida blitzed these guys in game 1. Well, they're coming right back with them here with the Carolina Hurricanes as the favorite. I guess they just throw a number up there from the same number as the last game, figure, that was just a fluke that Philadelphia won the first game in such convincing fashion that Carolina will regroup here and be able to win. Okay. I don't think that that's going to happen at all. Do you? It looks like a one-sided series here as well with the Florida Panthers against Carolina. Let's go to game number 2. This is the second ever meeting between the playoff teams. They played just a couple of years ago, but Florida Look, they've kind of had this team's number a little bit in the postseason, right? Remember, uh, uh, Florida with that 4-game sweep last time they met in the 23 conference finals. But right now for Florida, it just feels like they're looking so good. I don't know why the Hurricanes are $1.30. Maybe that's just the way it works in hockey. Maybe the way we previewed the games every day, bet hockey every day, watch hockey games every day, and forget about it. It wasn't about the Panthers crushing them 5-2 in game one and pretty much suffocating them. The Hurricanes will just come on back and win. No, I don't see it. How can they turn it around? Right? It did seem like a total mismatch there on the ice with the matchup. Sure, any team can come out and win the game 5-2. It's easy for me to sit here and prognosticate off of a 5-2 victory in game one, but I don't know. It does seem a little bit one-sided here. I thought Freddie Anderson. I thought Carolina would come. I was a loser, so maybe I'm just some casual bettor just figuring, you know what, it'll come right back to them, and that's just the way it goes. You lost a game, you'll get it back next game. Well, they're going to need to, or this series is over. I mean, I know that it's easy to say must-win situation, but does feel pretty awkward. Here's a little bit of steam coming in. This is college baseball, top of the hour, just 5 minutes away. Steam is coming in right now on the game between BYU and Arizona. It was 10. It's now 10.5, under 15. Steam is coming in. BYU and Arizona, Big 12 action here, top of the hour. Steam to the over in that one right now. BYU and Arizona. Also, moments ago, Steam to the under. Texas State and Troy. It was 13.5 here, but now it's going to go down to 13. Steam under. This game starts in 3 minutes. Texas State and Troy. Steam to the under in that game. So BYU, Arizona, Steam over. Troy, Texas State and Troy. Yes, steam to the under in that one. So a little bit of steam coming up in these games here, college baseball firing away here in the early morning hours right now. Okay, let's continue on here a little bit. Get your plays together here in this one. I'll try to calm down in today's matchup between Panthers and Hurricanes. I'm trying to, give the Hurricanes their just due. Like I said, maybe I was on till I'm on Florida here. I don't see any way. Look, okay, the Hurricanes, I bought into it. They've got a great defense. They're great at forechecking. They're great at neutralizing. They're great at puck possession. Panthers, too much speed, too crisp in the puck movement there in game one. They were able to penetrate. I was calling it the Golden Dome, right? USA and Canada, the defense shield that they want to proclaim to have. That's what the Hurricanes were supposed to have, but the Panthers maneuvered the puck in right inside that protective dome. The way the defense of the Panthers works, and look, they got those close shots in there too. So no, I don't see it any other way. Florida's won 8 of the last 11 meetings between these two teams. 10 of the 15 meetings between these two have gone under. Carolina's gone under in 4 of their last 6. Now, Florida has gone over in 5 straight games on the road, 9 of their last 11. They had all those goals here, and they better not get 11 goals. They better not get 11 goals. Here comes a little bit of steam right now. This one's in the WNBA. We have steam here to the under in the game between Indiana and Atlanta. There with the Fever. 1 It was. Let me see here. Let me get the numbers straight here. A little WNBA steam. This is at the end of the show, so I'll pass this along right now. It had already ticked up all the way to 174.5. You know, it was early 171.5, 172.5. Went all the way up to 174.5, but we are seeing it being hit back down here. A lot of head fakes so far, maybe in the WNBA. Steam coming in right now on the under, Indiana and Atlanta in the W. Let me go to the comments in the hockey right now and see if I'm right or wrong with you guys here. Hurricanes on the money line. Cash Cane says they will bounce back here in this one. And Trevor says Florida on the money line. Nuke says Panthers. He's seen enough. Robert's on the Panthers here. NYC Bar on the Panthers. Jerry says, look, they're still these Hurricanes at home. They're very, very strong. I'm not saying you know, I was well. What is? Remember the Fonz? He couldn't say he was wrong. Wrong. I was wrong. He couldn't say the word wrong. Like I can't say the word wrong either after that first game. Look, I was on the Hurricanes. I thought that was, but I see it now. I see it now. Will's on the Panthers. And Jerry talking about that total in the BYU game there. Will says Panthers and OKC tonight. How about it? And Jerry talking about Verhaag and these guys they're very crisp, right? Talking about the uh, Panthers here. It's just very crisp offensively. Look, I mean, no reason to fade these guys, it feels like right now. Barkov and Matt Kachuk, these guys are really clicking here right now and look much the best. So I can't be talked off these guys. Reinhardt as well, very, very solid the way these guys are going here. So all right, a few more here. Let's see. Dreaming Under says Jerry in the WNBA game, and Robert says he's going to do it again. No goal, first 10. And I got to think, look, Carolina, I know it's easy to say, better not give up 5 goals. I get that, but that's the way it's going to need to be. And even if they didn't, they're still going to find a way to score. First, Carolina's got to stop these guys. Then they got to find a way to score. That feels like the tougher part of this series here. Florida's supposed to be a team that, maybe they aren't as solid there with Bobrovsky. Maybe they get up and down a little bit, end up in some high scoring games, but. All right, Oilers. Will's a little disappointed in what we saw from the Oilers there last night. I want to give them a bigger chance maybe than what we're seeing here in the Eastern Conference. So I'm going to take the Florida Panthers. I can't see a solution here tonight. Hopefully those Hurricanes fans get it all riled up again and able to overcome what we saw, but I don't know if I just see it that way. Talked about Carolina at home. 5-1 in the last 6 coming in, continuing on from that last series. But it just seems like they're up against it here against a team that they kind of dominate them here, winning 8 of the last 11 between the two teams. So I'm on Florida here to win tonight. All right, that's a look at the NHL. And that's it from you guys in there as well. Let's get ready to go to the Major League Baseball card here tonight. We got to end today. This morning, we're just 2.5 hours away from getting underway in this one with what looks like to be another pitcher's duel here, Texas and the Yankees. You could make a small fortune right now betting these Texas Rangers games under. And, well, if you can make a small fortune, I'm wondering where my fortune is because we've been rolling with these unders right now with Texas, no doubt about it. You got another big chance again here, it feels like, with Nathan Eovaldi, just one of the best pitchers in the major leagues so far this season with a 1.61. Earned run average coming in, 179. Batting average against, Eovaldi's 4-2 here, going up against Carlos Rodon, and Rodon's looked just fine as well. 5-3 record this season, 3.17 ERA and a 167 batting average against. And we know Texas ain't putting up very many runs, 3.4 runs per game, but they're allowing 3.5 runs per game. So Texas, they're fine here at this point in this West race. Yes, they need to find their offense to try to keep pace with the Mariners and the Astros and any other pretender out of those other two teams. But still, you got to trust these Rangers right now to be able to hang in here in the race anyway, and in this game, I would imagine as well, between Texas and the Yankees. Let's see what you have here in this one between these two, but should be a good pitching matchup. Feels like a good pitcher's duel here on Thursday between these two. Let's go to the chat. See what you have. This one's at 12:35 Eastern, 9:35 Pacific in this one with the Rangers and the Yankees. Call up some trends here maybe in this series. It's been a little bit of a significant series. Here we go. Let's see what you got. Right. Let's see here. Fernando's got some action here today. He's got the fever. He's got under with heart. Thank you. And Rangers for Cash Kane. Here's 9 legacy. Rangers. Team total under. Yankees and under for Jerry. Also, see what else here. New York run line for NYC Bar. Tariq says he likes the under first 5 and full game. Does like the Yankees here in this one on the money line. All right. I'll make my call here in this one. Get my notes together here a little bit. All right. And yesterday we did see here. I gotta think trying to watch UFC while doing watching this road to UFC while doing a show. I know I did make some bets. I didn't send anything out here. I don't know much about these guys. I'm just gambling. This is a format with fighters trying to make their big break. So I was just gambling a little bit. I didn't send anything out on this UFC, but I got this Yoon here right now. All right. Tariq says under here, NYC Bar. Cash Kane going with the over. Jerry says you got that BVP is better for Rodon than Eovaldi. Just want to note, from yesterday's action, because we did nail this game pretty good with the Yankees there and the under. A little bit of steam right now, too, want to pass along in a game we're going to get to momentarily here between Philadelphia and Colorado. We're seeing a move here right now to the under in that one. The Phillies already got steamed in that game. They're up already here to a pretty big price right now. Philadelphia is minus pretty much $3 across the board, but the total here now was 11.5 under, but looks like we're going to 11 over right now in that one between the Phillies and the Rockies. I tried to go under yesterday. That didn't work out. So, all right. Few more plays maybe from you here right now. Let's see what you got. Here's a little more steam in college baseball coming in. This one doesn't start for 2 more hours, but let me pass it along. Steam on the under here. Texas A&M and Auburn. Finally, Texas A&M might be getting it together. Remember, they are my pick to win the national championship. I mean, I'm sticking with them at this point. I got them on a future at not as good a price as you could get them. I was on a show yesterday. I said, look, I watched them. I actually took Mississippi State in that game yesterday, trying to fade the ace pitcher of Texas A&M, and well, he finally got back on track. So it looks like maybe A&M can get it together at 40-1. I think A&M's a great pick to win the national championship. Granted, they've slid there. They've lost to some teams that they shouldn't have, and maybe there are some problems, with A&M but I can't pass at 40-1. I took A&M again at 40-1. All right. Cash Kane, I think, going over in the Yankee game. Cash Kane, though, I think, is he going under here? Or maybe he's talking about the game underway. And Robert says, look at this total here right now. This one's already gone down given the conditions today. And we'll see what games make it here. Let me take a look at that current weather right now. And Robert's sharing it here. So it's rainy, it's windy, and the total is dropping here right now. Current line at mostly 7 flat here at this point. What did I have it at? I have it still at 7.5. That's got to be fixed for sure. Yankees still, the Yankees have actually gone up here at a few spots. It's definitely over 150. I'll call it 160, but I see some numbers even higher here at this point. And the Rangers just can't hit. I mean, that's the problem right now. And in a matchup here against the Yankees, maybe it's just not going to work out. Fernando likes the Yankees team total over. And Cash Kane says, I think he's saying on and off rain here this afternoon. The game is at 12:35 Eastern, 9:35 Pacific time. Wind blowing in from left, 12 miles an hour here, and temperatures in the high 40s for sure. It was raining earlier, or I think it might be raining now, right? You guys, anybody there in New York there? I mean, I gotta think the Yankees here, but well, maybe I can take them on the run line in this one. I don't want to give $1.60 out. Give me Yankees on the run line today to take care of Texas here. And look at of all the cruising here, but I think we could see this one, in the 4-2 range or something like that. I'm going to take the Yankees here on the run line. All right, next up. Padres taking on the Toronto Blue Jays here, and I guess the Padres are favored on the road. Not only are they $1.15 there on screen, they're even higher than this right now, $1.25 or so here. The total 9 under 20. Padres are in a big slump right now, and all of a sudden they're the one taking the move in this game. I don't know if that should be the case here. Now, Kolek has pitched pretty well. This young pitcher, he's 2-1, 2.33 ERA, 1.13 WHIP, going up against Bowden Francis here. Francis has had his share of troubles, 5.63 ERA, 2-6 record so far in 9 starts. Maybe that's what is triggering the interest of bettors here in this one with the Padres on the road, now up to $1.25 or so, needing a victory to kind of break out of this slump, but they're not necessarily slump busters here. It feels like Francis has definitely underachieved so far this season. I think everyone was expecting more from Francis here, so when can he and will he turn it around? Between these two. Let's see what you got here in this one between Padres and the Blue Jays here. Just feels like the Padres don't have a lot going offensively, but maybe against Francis they can get it going. Let's see what you have here. This one is at 1:07 Eastern, 10:07 Pacific.
Final.
Today, here comes some of the plays from you folks in the chat. It's going to be Padres on the money line for 9. Legacy Cash Cane likes the Padres. And Nuke says the Jays going for those. Wow, they've never had a sweep where they've shut out the opposition in every game. And the way the Padres are going right now, NYC Bar says Padres money line lean to the under there. And really frustrating to see this team with all this offense, but they're in kind of a historic slump of their own right now, are the Padres. I mean, they've only scored 3 runs in their last 5 games. Where's the offense going to come from here right now? It feels like the way things are going. So you got to think right now, the Padres don't have anything going for themselves. I got to take the under here in this one with Padres and the Blue Jays. Give me the under, as the Padres can't seem to hit their way out of a wet paper bag. All right, that might be it from you guys in the chat. And I'll just move on from that one. Probably just bet the Blue Jays and don't tell anybody about it. All right, Phillies and Rockies here with Ranger Suarez on the mound going up against Ramon Marquez. Phillies here, got them at 300 at least right now, and I said the total just went down to probably 11 over here. A little bit of a move just moments ago on the total in this game. So let's see how you have it here with Suarez going up against Marquez. For Suarez, got 5.09 ERA coming in, 3.06 BABIP here, and Marquez 8.78 ERA, 333 batting average against. So I don't know. I guess the steam's coming in on the under. What is the wind blowing in? And is it 30 degrees or something in Colorado today? Because it doesn't seem to make much sense. You would think that this Phillies lineup against Ramon Marquez would score 10 runs by themselves today, wouldn't they? I know we just keep rolling on the Phillies, -1.5, -2.5 yesterday, whatever it was. Said, just take it anyways. It doesn't matter. Just roll with the Philly. Look, they only won. I'll say this. I mean, in the end of yesterday's game, they did win by 4 runs. They got it done. Here, man, the Padres are continuing to take some steam in that game. Jeez, up to $1.30 here at some of the square books of the Padres. I gotta kind of want to play the Blue Jays here again. Give me the Blue Jays also. I'm taking Blue Jays and under in that Padres game. Blue Jays and under. I'm frustrated. I'm tilted. Anyway, so I'm on the Phillies and the Rockies here, and I've got the Phillies to roll again. Look, I guess you got to lay -1.5 is like $2. So I'll do it again. I'll lay the 2.5 here with the Phillies. Even that one's minus money at 2.5, -$1.35. Laying 3 runs is -$1.20. But I'll do it. Phillies to keep smashing here. If you, I'll lay 3 at -$1.20. If they push, they push. But this feels like a total mismatch. Now, I will say this. I think the Rockies' bats are not terribly suited here against a guy like Suarez, who is struggling right now ERA-wise. Now, he is 2-0, and the Phillies have won 2 of his 3 starts. Remember, he's only his 4th start of the season. So, thing is, for the Rockies, they are they don't beat anybody, right? But they are just 1-13 against left-handed pitching this season. So I don't know what's worse, 7-23. I think that's better than 1-13. So they not as good against left-handers anyway. And I think the statistics bear that out as well. So I'm just going to take Philly again. It's easy, right? Anybody can go on here and do YouTube shows and say take the Phillies. But I'm going to Jerry went Blue Jays and under in that one. Jermaine says I would not take the Padres. Jerry says he'll lay 2 runs today. Tremaine says take their team total over as well. Tariq said he'll go Padres first 5. Trevor says he thinks the Rockies can win this one. I mean, hey, look, can't hold these Rockies down. They've won 8 games. They're 8-40 or whatever they are. So, all right. Twisted said, what was that FIU steam again there, Ramon. And like I said, I don't want to, put it on too much tilt right now after all the game has. Geez. Oh, no, that was the game against WKU. Right? There we go. Let me get that for you. FAU was the steam at plus 225, and they are down to, oh, not too bad here. They're maybe $1.95 right now or so. Florida International was the steam against Western Kentucky. All right, pretty easy there. I'll take Philadelphia, but man, maybe it is an opportunity to go over. Now it is a day game. Maybe that changes things for some people in Colorado. I don't know if it does for me necessarily in this matchup, but weather here, low 70s, not much wind to speak of. So Phillies first five, lay it, says Bobby Mack. One more day game in the major leagues is between the Angels and the Athletics today. You have these Angels coming in here, man. Tyler Anderson going here for the Halos. Final score yesterday, just 10-5 in another blowout win. We had the Angels here on the show. Took them on the run line, didn't need it. We also had a sports money premium on the over yesterday here. And look, they keep putting the A's a favorite like they're not even watching what's going on, right? I mean, it's the Angels that are coming in with this massive win streak here right now. They can't lose. And look, remember when the A's couldn't lose either? Now they can't win. So look, the Angels are no good. It's just that they're on a pretty good run. Look, you gotta like some of those bats in the, Taylor Ward is obviously able to do some things here. He's been really a big part of what's been going on right now for the Angels, and the A's are in this big slump. Remember, they're only 8-16 at home, are the homeless, as we like to call them. And they just haven't played well in this stadium, and the Angels look totally comfortable right now here in this series. Following the win yesterday, 10-5, they won so far 3 games, combined score of 21-13. So Angels are beating them up here in this series, and they're going for a 4-game sweep of the A's here in this one. And at this price, I can't pass right now. Even the run line. Look, I took run line yesterday. Probably should just go with the run line today because it's so crazy. The line here on the screen is a little bit off. The move has definitely been on the Angels, so there's not much value here. Let me see what the current line is. $1.35 maybe. Oh man, it's even down to $1.26 here at some point. So okay, I'll just take the Angels on the money line here as my play. Not much value here. Clear move to the Angels here was $1.60 or so, but the steam did come in on the Angels. The steam has also come in on the over. I had 10 up there, but right now the total is 10.5 here in this one for Tyler Anderson here. Look, good numbers, 304 ERA, 109 the whip, 202 batting average against, a 210 BABIP. Anderson, 2-1 record. The Angels have what? They're 23-25 now, just 2 games under 500 with this winning streak. The Angels are 7-2 when Tyler Anderson gets the start. For Severino, he is 1-4 overall with a 4.22 ERA and 244 batting average against. And been okay here for this team, but man, it does feel like we could get some runs here, even with these two pitchers today and the total moving up. Give me the Angels here in this one. All right. Oh, some comments from you guys here. And let's see here. Jerry says only Senzatella. Gotta put Senzatella up there at the plate, huh? Cash Kane going over here. Robert's on the Angels. Jerry says keep riding with these Angels right now. Tariq will take them for the sweep. Jerry's going to go first 5 under. However, NYC Bar says take the Angels. Trevor is going over here. And Tariq says Angels team total over in this one. All right. I think that's it there. I don't think I have any premium, actually. Hope that's okay to the subscribers. No premiums in the day games, I don't think, here today. And that's it for the day games. Let's move to the night card here. We got some new series starting up, I think, here tonight. So we got the Brewers taking on the Pirates in division matchup here with Rodriguez going, I believe, here in this one. Let me see here. I think there may be some question as to who is the starter right now in the game for the Brewers, but I think it is going to be Rodriguez. Hey, let me get some steam out to you in college baseball. A little more steam here with Texas and Tennessee. The steam is coming in on the under in this one with Texas and Tennessee. Now, this one's a late afternoon game, but it was 11. It's all the way down to 10 right now. So maybe you can get on it. Maybe you want to get on it. Steam to the under here with Texas and Tennessee. This game is at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific. It was 11. It's now 10 over 15. Tennessee's about a little less than a $2 favorite on the road there in that one. Okay, Pirates here with Burrows going here. Let me make sure that's right, too. So we've got a little bit of we get the numbers here for these guys a little bit. Burrows, he's kind of the story, I guess, here in this one today for Mike Burrows here, promoted here up to the major leagues to make the start in this one. Majinski actually has been optioned to triple. It was a bit of a surprise. Let's see here. All right, here we go. So Burrows gets recalled here in this one. So he gets the start right now. And so Pittsburgh is going to mix up their rotation here a little bit. It seems like here with thought Bubba Chandler could maybe get a call here, but they'll keep him in the minor leagues right now. Burrows is a good prospect here, but that was a long time ago when he was drafted. Now he fought, is here he did have TJ surgery as well, so he did make his major league debut late last season, and he's been strong so far this year in the minor leagues. So Burrows here gets the start today for the Pirates. Let's go to the chat in this one and see what you got with these two. Yeah, let's see. Tremaine says maybe it could be, maybe Sabali gets in there. Pirates money line here for 9 Legacy. 9 Legacy also had the Athletics on the run line. Angels team total under. Jerry going under here. NYC Bar liking the under here in this one. Let me just make sure I have this line pretty close here at 120 and the total 9. This one kind of was a late to market a little bit. In fact, we're seeing some books don't even have this game offered just yet because of maybe the indecisiveness in Milwaukee, but I'm pretty sure it was going to be Rodriguez here. Okay, so yeah, the Brewers to call up Rodriguez here to make this start comes up from Nashville here for this one. So make sure I got this correct right now, but that's what the reports here say. And let me see what we got here on him. 1.99 ERA at Nashville in 9 games, so has done pretty well for sure. Savali, it's going to be probably another week, says the beat writer here, for him to make his return right now. So may see other prospects here for the Brewers as well, including Mizorowski could come up as well. So, all right, let's see what you have in this. A few more picks maybe in this one from you guys. Let's see here. And Tariq's on the Pirates. And Jermaine's got some, he's on burger time here in the golf. There's a bunch of recycled pitchers here coming. Oh, he meant Burger the hitter. Okay, I thought he was talking about Burger the golfer. He's talking about Daniel Burger. Okay. All right. Jerry says that'll be a little bit time for Mizorowski, I think is what he's saying there. Okay, I'll make my call here in this one. Obviously we're getting some debuts here, it looks like, pitching-wise this season for these two. Steam coming in right now on the Guardians. We're going to get to that game next, but just want to mention it here. Guardians are taking some steam here at about $1.20. They're going to go down to maybe $1.15 or so. Robert is on the Pirates here in this one. I'm going to still take the under here in this game with these two pitchers. Give me the under with Milwaukee and Pittsburgh. Obviously, right now, anything involving the Pittsburgh Pirates has just got to be for. Okay, Jermaine says Savali will get the action today. Let me take a look at that. I want to try to get this right for you. Look, I'll go with what you're saying there. I just know that they were saying Savali might need another week or so here, but let's see. Oh, okay, yeah, good point. Okay, so yesterday was Sabali's. They were going to use him. I think they said they're in a possible rehab at Nashville. The beat writer says Woodruff also made an appearance there as well. So maybe the Brewers getting things together here a little bit with that bullpen. So just have to go with what I got right now. I will take the under here as my play. Kind of wanted to go premium with the under, but again, a little bit shaky information here for sure, right? Okay. Now let's move on to that Cleveland game right now. That you guys are done with that one. Here's the Guardians taking on the Tigers in this one with Tanner Bybee going up against Jack Flaherty here. And we said right now the line is on the move here. We're up to, or down to anyway, $1.20 here at some spots right now, it looks like. I'll call it $1.20. Total 8 under at -115 with the Guardians here for Tanner Bybee comes in here with an ERA of 4.06, 257. BABIP coming in 5-4 record overall are the Guardians with Bybee on the mound for Flaherty here. He's 2-5 with a 4.44 ERA, 237. The batting average against here. In this one for Cleveland, they've gone under in 7 of their last 8 games overall. Also, Detroit, however, has gone over in 13 of their last 20. Detroit's won 7 of their last 9. Coming into this one for the Guardians here, they've just 1-4 in their last 5 games overall. They've also gone or they have gone 5-2 in the last 7 matchups with Detroit. Cleveland's 1-4 in their last 1-4 to the under in their last 5 games on the road. 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone over. I'll take your picks here. I'm kind of all over the place on some of these notes and trends coming into this one, but I want to know what you have here with Cleveland taking on Detroit. Feels like just another under for under right now to me. I don't know. Let's see what you guys got in the chat here in this one. You got the Guardians averaging just 4 runs a game. We know Detroit allowing just 3.6 runs per game. Here is Fernando was on his Brewers. Thank you, Fernando. Here's 9 Legacy on the Guardians money line. Here's NYC Bar likes the Tigers. It's Bobby Mack on the Guardians, Detroit for Jerry, moneyline, and team total. Kelly says, how about Bybee to go over in his outs tonight? Hello to Kelly in the chat. Tremaine says, Detroit, moneyline, but probably not going under. And Fernando likes the over. I'm taking another under here. You know me. I'll go under here at 8. Here's Detroit team total over, and the over, says Tariq. All right. I think if anything, we're seeing this thing kind of look at this total here a little bit. Yeah, it's starting to trend under a little bit more, so I'm going with the under anyways. All right. Next up, you guys, look, we previewed this one yesterday, so I don't know what we can do. Look, I was on Washington run line in that one with Smith, Shaver, and Williams when I previewed the game yesterday. And the line has changed a little bit, but Washington is plus 1.5 at minus 125. We'll do a little preview again, but I'm not going to change the pick here. I don't know if I need to necessarily, but look, Smith Shaver is out, pretty outstanding. I acknowledged that. 2.33 ERA, 218 batting average against. He's pretty good, but I just thought at this price here, and with Williams, I think Williams is just fine. Look, 5.91 ERA. I get all that. He's been racked up pretty good here right now. And the Braves, look, they're getting healthy. They're getting better. I get all that. But I do want to try Washington today on this run line. I was already on it, so not going to switch now necessarily. Atlanta's just one out of their last 5, one of their last 6 games here in Washington. Washington has been in a good groove. They've won 4 in a row before the rain out there yesterday. Also, they have struggled at home a little bit, but I did take them on the run line. Won't rehash it too much, but you can go ahead and put a pick in if you'd like here between these two today. Williams, pretty bad numbers for sure, but I'm on Washington here. All right, Fernando. Let's see. Let's see. Kelly says Detroit is a fade team. Cleveland off a doubleheader. Detroit hitting well. And Jerry says Shaver's expected numbers are going to be higher here. His X numbers in this game. I was looking at the metrics there a little bit as well. Nats money line for Jermaine. Hey, college baseball steams coming in here, and this one goes off at 1:30 Eastern, 10:30 Pacific, and we're seeing some steam on the under in the game between Cincinnati and West Virginia. It was 11, but we're going to be going down here to 10.5 right now in the game between Cincinnati and West Virginia. The steam is coming in on the under in that one, Cincinnati and WVU. I'll have premium picks here today in college baseball. Yesterday, I think did we win them both there? Now I want to take a look. I just realized right now that I did not send out my Asian baseball card yesterday. I'm sorry about that, subscribers. There, I feel bad. Oh boy, dummy me. Free day for everybody that signs. A free day for everybody there after that. Can't believe I did that. Okay. All right, here we go. Let me get back on track here. I'm on tilt now after seeing that. Nationals team total over for Fernando. Braves money line and under for 9. Legacy. Robert going with the under in this one. Atlanta and Washington. Thanks, you guys. And a couple more here. The Orioles taking on the Red Sox in this one. You've got Cade Povich going up against Lucas Giolito here in this one. The widely reported steam has already come in on the under in this game. Right now it's a 125, 8.5 under 20, but the total was as high as 9. Even saw some 9.5s out there, but steam coming in on the under today in this game. Povich 5.23 ERA. Giolito 6.64 ERA. So why not steam the under? Stay the Sharps here in this one. Got the Orioles here just 16 and 32 right now coming in. Things are a disaster for sure for this team. And for Boston here now, they're still a game under 500 at this point. So see if they can do it here as a favorite at home against this Orioles team that they're not looking too good. Come on. I got to think of almost just a blind bet right now on Giolito and the Red Sox. The Red Sox aren't playing horrible right now despite the loss yesterday. Final score was 5-1 in that game against the Mets. They couldn't get the bats going. Orioles did prevail. I'm on tilt still from that game yesterday because I have the under as a premium over there at Tony's, and what it was 2-2 there, I think, in the 8th inning. And man, I was like, hope it doesn't go extra innings here. Final score 8-4. Milwaukee got the win there in a game that, well, can't complain, but tried to go under. Anyways, I'm going to go with Boston here in this one. I think this is a pretty reasonable price against an Orioles team that no hope for this club right now. I'll take Boston for sure, even with this bad pitching matchup, or two bad starters anyway, statistically here. At least, for Boston here coming into this matchup against Povich. Let me see these numbers a little bit. Pretty sure it's a pretty distinct advantage, but well, we're not having a great show, are we? Okay. Yeah, I mean, look at Braggs, Christian Campbell. Pretty good advantages here for sure against Povich here with this Boston lineup. I mean, still this Boston lineup for me has to be, a top 5 or 6 lineup coming in, averaging 4.7 runs per game. The Orioles allowing 5.6 runs per game. Their Orioles are outscored by nearly 2 runs per game here at this point. So I just got to take Boston in this one. I'm not going to do the overthinking here. Let's see. And Jerry says Giolito's been looking better. It's Boston and under for Robert. I'm still probably going to go under. There's Spoons. He's on the Braves today to win it. Lay a run on the road. And Kelly says Boston's tough for left-handed pitchers, I think she's saying there. And Robert says the Brewers can't get a sweep if they tried. Jermaine's on Boston -2 today. Fernando says he's seeing some 8s out there right now on this total. Yeah, for sure. Some 8 overs for sure right now. At least it's 8.5 under or 8 over. Jerry said, yeah, he saw it there. Robert says the conditions are cold here in Boston today. This one probably isn't even going to get played, it looks like. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Spoon says, the weather is very pitcher friendly here. This one has, nearly AccuWeather says a 75% chance of postponement on this game, and they're usually you guys have better weather, it seems like, than I do, and even though I always trust this weather, 16 to 17 miles an hour. It's supposed to be pouring by the middle of the game, so it doesn't feel like they're going to make it through. Actually, here's a Baltimore 4-9 Legacy. Jerry says after they could only get those runs a little bit. So, yeah, probably a good shot to take the under, but we'll just see if it gets this game even goes off here. It feels like I said, it still should be a pretty okay matchup for the Boston Bats. All right, I got one more here in the major leagues. Get this show over with. I felt like I'm not having a great show. Mariners and Astros here, and look at this. You've got Kirby on the mound for the Mariners. Welcome back, Kirby, here to the rotation. And look, they don't get much better in the control department than George Kirby. Right now, the Mariners might be up to $1.40 here, total 8.5. A little bit of shade to the under with McCullers going in this one. But, for George Kirby, pretty much number one when it comes to walks, strikeout to walk ratio, and number of walks. Kirby doesn't walk anybody. We know that. So just what Seattle needed here, getting some pitching back here in this one. McCullers, 7.88 ERA. He has not looked good so far, but his third start was a little bit better. Not striking anybody out, which has to be a little bit of concern here, but I'm going to end up going under in this game. I mean, come on, Kirby's back. We'll see here. I think they said he had 3 starts, went 3 innings, and 4 innings, but didn't look great. But I'm not worried, really. I'm worried that he could get hit, but I think he's still going to be Kirby to me, and probably not not going to walk anybody for sure. Seattle's gone under in 7 of their last 8 games. Houston's gone under in 4 of their last 5. Houston just 2-8 at home against Seattle in the last 10 meetings between the two. Houston's been doing pretty well here. They've won 12 of their last 16 games at home. Are coming off a 2-game losing streak, however, as Tampa Bay won that series 2-1. Seattle did outlast the White Sox to win the series 2-1 in their last series. Seattle 7-1 their last 8 games on the road, 5-2 in their last 7 games against Houston. Seattle also has won 5 of 6 coming in here. So let's see what you have. I'm taking the under, another under for me today for sure. Give me the under in this one. See what you got here on the last game of the night on our short card. All right. Kelly says when the rain is coming, they work quickly and try to get the game over with. Jermaine, Mariners team total over here. And Spoon says he's on the Mariners in this one. Fernando's on the Mariners as well. Here's Mariners for 9 Legacy. If we did the old consensus, I guess that'd be it. Hey, my Texas A&M Aggies here are getting steamed. We already mentioned the total got steamed, right, in that game, right, against Auburn. But now we're getting some steam here on Texas A&M right now. They were actually an underdog in the game at plus $1.10, but I think Texas A&M might end up being a favorite here right now in their game today against Auburn. Steam coming in here. This one's at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Auburn was $1.35, but they're going to go down. They were $1.40. But right now, you're going to see Texas A&M here, probably even money. The steam is coming in here on Texas A&M in college baseball. It already came in on the under, so Texas A&M and under is the steam in that SEC matchup here at noon Eastern and 9 Pacific. All right. And Jerry says, hey, how about some of the scores right now there? Right now, also, New Mexico State 5-all with Kennesaw. UCLA leading Michigan over here. Was that 3-1 on the Big Ten network there? Arizona did pick up a couple of runs there early, 2-0 in the third. We mentioned that steam to the over. Right now, not quite on pace, but Texas State and Troy, 1-0 Troy, top of the third. Kelly says under in Seattle and Houston. Houston's been playing a lot of baseball. Jerry's on Houston here. And Jerry says Kirby's been getting blasted so far in his minor league starts. And Houston's been producing at home, he says. I just have a feeling right now with Kirby back. Maybe that's it. All right. You guys are talking about Swish Analytics. I do love that site, but for me, I'm maybe a little old, and I have trouble seeing the site. Reading, I have trouble with those small. Maybe I know I could blow up my screen a little bit, but all right. And Will says it's 1-1 right now in the IHF games here. Spoon says, don't forget, been pitching down there in the PCL. And I said that I would come in when we got to the knockout stage of the tournament, but I did not do anything today with the tournament. We've been having it on, it's convenient to watch, but I have not gotten involved there. But USA and Finland, obviously, right now. And appreciate that, you guys. Guess that's it for the show. I'm on the under there with Seattle and Houston. Oh, no, I've got WNBA. Oh, my gosh, guys, I'm sorry about that. Let me go to the WNBA here with, we got the Fever Dream here in this one with the Dream getting the points at home here against the Mighty Fever in this one. Where's my WNBA script here? So you got so far both teams 1-1 against the spread. Atlanta did cover in their only game there as a dog in that 91-90 game against Indiana last time out. It was a high-scoring game, wasn't it? These two teams did meet in the preseason as well. It was 81-76. That was only 164 points in that one. I'm taking Atlanta here to cover at this point. I know that Indiana certainly is pretty popular with the public. They should be even better this year. I get all that. It does feel like it's still a little bit of a public team here. I don't know if Atlanta is awful here at this point. I've got to take the Atlanta Dream here plus 3.5. In fact, it's up to 4 or 4.5 right now, and the total maybe 171.5 here. We did say the steam kind of came in on the under here, and I would think that's where this game's headed. Is give me Atlanta here in the game against the Dream. Look, Atlanta. Look, Alicia Gray's playing well. You've got Bree Jones as well playing well. Figure if this game ends up short of 170, that's going to be pretty good for the Atlanta Dream. And I'm going to take the Dream. Now, the Dream have gone over in both of their games so far this season. The game 91-90, we just saw that wild game with Indiana. So will it duplicate? I don't know if it will. I think it may revert back to a lower score in this one. But look, Fever are going to be very, very popular with the public here right now, thinking that they'll be even better this year. And they may end up being better this year, but they brought in a defensive coach, the coach from the Connecticut Sun, and they're supposed to be trying to improve on that defense, that's what would make them a better team this year, but it wasn't there necessarily in that game against Atlanta here. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Dream for sure in this one. Look, Atlanta, obviously that was a pretty good game there last time out. Yeah, let's see what you got here, if anything. You got Kelly here is going to tease Atlanta in this one. And Will says the Mystics were awful. Fever money line and under for cash gain. Here's 9. Legacy says Indiana Fever taking the points. And Grinder Grinder here had the big game inside. Could not be stopped pretty much. And let's see here. 9 Legacy says they won't beat them back to back. I think that's what 9 Legacy is saying. Dream and under for Jerry here in this one. Hey, a little bit more college baseball steam coming in right now, and it is on the California Golden Bears here in their matchup today. Cal taking on Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech was a 375 favorite, but they're quickly down to 325. A big move on Cal as a big underdog here now at plus 235 or so here in this one. Cal taking the steam, believe it or not. Big dog against Georgia Tech. That one is at 3 p.m. Eastern and noon Pacific. All right, and one more in the WNBA, and this show will be over. Liberty taking on the Sky here in this one. And look, Liberty, huge favorite here, obviously. It might even gone up. Up to 12. Maybe they'll go to 12 and a half. The Sky might be worse than the Valkyries here at this point. No reason for the Sky to be this bad. They just are a totally dysfunctional team here with no cohesiveness out there at all. Poor ball rotation. I'm not saying, look, they should be improved in the coaching department. I don't know if they are here. The Liberty are so good, they could name the score. It does feel like a name the score type of game here. I'm not going to back down from this. I'm going with the Liberty to roll here over the struggling Sky at this point. Sky got blowed out, obviously, in their first game by Indiana, 93-58. That obviously did go under here. Look, Reese, not great here at this point, right? I mean, there's just very little offense from her for sure. They're having Vandersloot come in to try to run things here. She had 5 assists in the game, so Ariel Atkins might be the bright spot so far. We'll see after just one game. Tough to say. I'm sure they'll have a better performance here, but against this Liberty with Stewie, with Jonquel Jones right now, with Cloud also. Don't Cloud. I mean, look at this Liberty team here. They beat Las Vegas by 14 in and over in their opener. I would expect them to blow out the Sky. Not to make it too easy here. It's still double digits on the road, and it is 12 right now. The one thing about 12 in the WNBA is kind of a key number here. Over the last 5 seasons now, point spread of 12, favorites of 12 or more are hitting at 38% against the spread. So that's not good, but I can't do it. I've got to take here. I've got to take the Liberty. I'm sorry, but 38% covering the spread, favorites of 12 or more. All right. Here we get a few comments on this one.
Lineup.
And 9 Legacy says, take the Sky. They could surprise here today. Are they bringing in I was going to try to say, like, who's coming in, who's going to play for him? Kuzma? All right. And let's see here. And Jerry Davis says, a Fever and the Dream play close games. Jerry likes the under here in this one. And I'm just going to take the Liberty. That's it for the show. I'm ready to wrap it up here. Thank you for joining me. I will have some college baseball package today over at winnable.com. Please check me out over there. I'll also have some premium pick plays over at Winnable. This is how you support me here on the channel. You can subscribe for free over there and get plays from me over at Winnable, including my golf. If you want to check out my golf plays, click the QR code in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. They're just underway. You can still get some decent odds on your favorite golfers right now. And look, there's a wide open leaderboard here at this point. You got Badia up there at the top right now. Ashkay with a 3 under par. Lucas Glover 3 under. Christian Kirk 3 under. Bobby Mack 3 under. Plenty of golfers there. Just getting started. Front 9 just getting completed by the first groups out here at the Charles Schwab. So you can get on these. Schmid just birdied to go to 3 under. So get my plays over there if you still want to get on some golf today. And I'll also have my premium picks there. Just 56 cents a day when you subscribe to the plays there for $19.95 a month. Use the promo code STEAM. This is how you support me here on the channel. If you want me to come back and try to do a better job tomorrow here on Friday. Maybe I was on tilt a little bit after that.
Steam play.
We get some college baseball steam to you here after that Indiana-New York game last night. All right. Thank you for joining me, everybody. There I am. All right. A couple more baseball moves in college action here today I could pass along to you, including Oklahoma State taking the steam here right now in their matchup with Kansas. Oklahoma State was plus $1.25, but now they're going to be about even money. The steam's coming in on Oklahoma State in the Big 12 action there against Kansas in college baseball, and also steam coming in big time on the under there. It was 12 here, but it looks like we're going to go down to 11.5, maybe even 11. Steam there. Oklahoma State and the under that just in here now. Thank you to everybody in the chat. And Nuke, that great advice, right? Thank you, Nukes. It might save the day there for 9 Legacy. Couldn't find the college baseball. Hopefully he finds it, and hopefully we get on it. Like I said, I'll send out plenty of games here today, so I'll have some premiums here. Just need to, some of the baseball lines were out, and I know we missed some early games here a little bit. That's why I just passed out the steam here. Couldn't really finalize my card the way the timing of the lines coming out in the early starts. So look, there's plenty of games. We'll have some premiums over there. We've been one sport we're doing pretty well in so far here, college baseball. All right, it's going to do it. Thank you for joining me here on the Morning Steam. Back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. Join Mikey Money at 6 p.m. tonight with pre-gaming, 3 p.m. Pacific. He'll go over the primetime action, including the 2 playoff games, a little WNBA, and I'm sure the 5 night games, if we get them all in there tonight in the major leagues. All right, that's going to do it. And for the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. Thanks a lot.
Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to